Hi, Jill here, and I'm going to show you how to make an easel card. This is how it looks like when it's sitting up, and that's how the card looks when it's closed. This is a standard A2 size card. I'm going to show you some of these elements today and then some of them in another video, like the flower and the butterfly. I'll show you how to do those in another video. So to get started, you're going to want a piece of cardstock. This one's ivory, 5.5 by 8.5. You're going to score it at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. I like to use my bone folder to get a really good crease. That's what gives you your easel. You're also going to need a piece of decorative paper in sage green, and that one is at 5 1/4 by 4, and another piece of decorative paper in pink, and this one's 5 1/4 by 2 1/8, and this is from the Mariposa line. You're also going to need a piece of ivory paper to make your actual card, and that's 5.5 by 4 1/4. The scallops, actually the circles, the ovals, the scalloped oval is the large nestability size of the scalloped ovals, and then this is the large regular nestability ovals, and that paper is from K & Company Classic line. So I went ahead and I aged all of these pieces. I'm just going to show you how to do it on this one. Use a foam pad there, and mine's just Velcro to a piece of mount from a stamp. Go ahead and start off of your paper. I'm working on top of a non-stick craft mat from Ranger. Love this thing. I just think that it's wonderful that you can pretty much wipe anything off of it, and things move on top of it really nicely. So that's about all that you need, because remember, you're not going to see that part of your card. Wipe off your mat just in case, and put aside your tea dye ink pad. Then you're going to edge that with the Vintage Photo ink pad, and I use the little dabber that just goes on your finger. And just run that up and down on your edges. This is what I've done with all of the other pieces. I'm not going to show you on each and every one. We just don't have time for that. So once you have your easel formed like this, you're going to go ahead and you're going to age this piece of ivory the same exact way. Then you're going to take your Tim Holtz Distress tool, and you'll run it along the edges of both of these, and then your Vintage Photo ink along that. And I've already done that. And adhere the pieces together. I stuck the ribbon to these two pieces before I put this layer down. So we're going to want to attach this to our card. Just use whatever adhesive you're comfortable with. Mine is the ATG gun. And you're only applying your adhesive to this bottom folded piece. If you apply adhesive up top, your whole card's going to stick down. It's not going to be an easel card. It's just going to be a layered card. And then you take that piece and you're going to line that up and stick it down. And there's your easel. Now I'm going to come in with a little strip of paper. This is 5.5 by 1 inch, punched with the Martha Stewart lace punch. You're going to decide where you want your card to stop, and this has some foam tape on the back of it, and you'll just stick that down. And it provides the perfect stopper, yet your card closes nicely still. And then I attach this little piece of ribbon to it with Scotch Quick Dry Glue. Dries very fast and it doesn't warp your paper. And if a little extra just runs out, no biggie. Okay. Now, this ribbon was also aged. I took a mini mister from Ranger and added some water, a dropper full of the Distress Ink Re-Inker, and a good amount of Perfect Pearls in the color Pearl, and that makes a beautiful spray. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's what I added to the ribbon. We'll cut that little piece off later. And it makes just a great version of the Shimmer Mists, or the, yeah, that's Tattered Angels. Okay, so we'll come through and antique that later. Now I'm going to stamp, actually I'll just stamp the words now. I have the thank you stamp from Inkadinkadoo. Just ink it up with the vintage photo. I have a small flower from Posh Impressions, and that one I ink with tea dye. Stamp that. And then we're going to put together this piece. I went ahead and paper pierced each scallop, and then aged this and aged this. And then we're going to use one more stamp from Posh Impressions, another flower. Stamp it in vintage photo. Stamp it onto the oval, and then just fill in your area without re-inking it. And that gives you a really good backdrop for our little flower. Very pretty flower. That, again, that's the one I'll show you how to make. I used foam tape to attach this piece, and this was attached with glue dots. I also attached 2 buttons, again with glue dots. They really are good for sticking things down. Then made a bow with my Bow Easy and some sheer ribbon, and I'm sticking that down with the glue dot. But actually, let's pull that back up, because before I do that, I want to attach this little embellishment from my Nestabilities. It's the Spellbinder Shapeability Floral Accent. Aged it, added some rhinestones to it, and now I'm going to put that bow right over top of it, and a really cute little distressed butterfly right here. Again, adding that down with some glue dots. And then I attach rhinestones in all 4 corners. Now the rhinestones, really easy to put down. I just used my crystal lacquer, put a little on a scrap piece of paper, get a toothpick, and put these upside down. Dip the toothpick in the crystal lacquer, pick up the rhinestone, and go ahead and stick it down. Makes really economical, because these rhinestones are very inexpensive. The crystal lacquer, all you need is a teeny tiny little bit, and they come out relatively clean looking too, without any globs or anything. And that's all you do there. And there you go. There's our finished card. I'm going to go ahead and post this over at my blog, which is www.stampyra.blogspot.com. So be sure to go ahead and check it out with the full supply list and directions, and I'll be back to show you the flowers and the butterflies. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.